Good morning, guys, if you're in the UK. Good morning. Good evening, I believe, if you're in the UK, in USA, certain regions of US and other parts of the world. Hello. I am now live, I think. I'm just gonna pull up my dashboard so I can have a little quick look. I'm live. What's up, guys? I'm back. It's Will, and yeah, I am going to do some live streaming today. Once again, I'm going to be coding my Telefyy API. Telefyy is my Telegram-based online shopping API, which comes in a couple flavors. I'm developing. Oh, by the way, just before I continue, please do let me know if the levels are okay. I'm not too sure what's going on. I'm going to reduce my output on OBS just in case. I'll probably be bopping to some music as I code. This is going to be a very chilled stream. As I was saying before I interrupted myself, Telefyy comes in two flavors right now that I'm planning. As you can see, I have a user interface. I want this text to be bigger. I made it smaller, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. User interface layer, so developers, and I use the term loosely, developers, in the sense that you don't necessarily need to know how to code, but Telefyy allows people to essentially program online store experiences via Telegram, such that you can users, as in developers, can basically essentially vendor products and services. So, what's the inspiration for this before we get into the work? And I go through the summary about today's agenda. I've been following a lot of drop shipping videos on the internet. I've been quite inspired by some of the guys and girls who are drop shipping and some of the numbers they're raking in. The thing is, though, there are established platforms which you can use to assist your dropshipping. I believe dropshipping can be done in a manual process. You don't necessarily need APIs to be a dropshipper, as long as you know how to do things manually. But there are some really helpful platforms that allow people to dropship very efficiently. Um, I don't know. I don't really dropship myself, but I've heard of what we got. I think Zendrop is a platform. I'm not affiliated with any of these guys. You obviously have like storefronts that people use, such as Shopify, to power their online shopping experiences. I'm not affiliated with Shopify or Zendrop at all. Nonetheless, I want Telefyy. Oh, I thought I cracked my screen because I dropped my phone earlier. I want Telefyy to be an online API, a platform that allows people, as I said, to design their own online stores. So I actually made. Let's just jump straight into the video. I made um, an agenda, not really an agenda, but more like a checklist and some notes about what I want to achieve in the long game. So I'll go through this chronologically first, and then. But before I go through this, let me demonstrate the app. So, in my previous workshop, what I managed to do was to implement a registration and login feature, and it's pretty cool because let me just go off screen to get my bot token. Because what happens is that um, I actually registered my credentials. So if I put my username, my username happens to be Wills, and my password, it's like a sort of a local login system, which obviously I'm going to scale this for when it comes to like the shipping, the like final builds of Telefyy. But this is just for now, and I pass a Telegram bot token. I don't have to register to log in. I can just hit login straight away, and these details are actually stored in storage on my hard drive. And I use streaming in order to access the credentials and to check, and then C# logic to check the credentials to make sure that I am logging in with my username and password. So I don't need to hit register anymore. I can just go straight into login. Should work. Yeah. Given that my password and username, I should provide like wrong credentials just to see if it still works. I'm not sure what would happen. I'll probably get met with an unhandled exception or something. I think I'm using exception handling. I'm not too sure. So I'll probably have some kind of exception at some level. So anyway, what I want to do, guys, is in my previous workshops, I alluded to this prompt scripting approach, such that I wanted users I wanted developers to prompt script their stores. I had a little think about it, and I thought, you know what, prompting is cool, and I will probably use elements of prompting, but I want to kind of I want to kind of work on a traditional scripting approach because of just the sheer robustness of just being more specific with scripting. So I made this simple UI to test out scripting. I'm going to have to design a scripting language. So let's go through this. So Telefyy store building UI drafts. I could have a prompt approach, forms, custom scripting, and Telefyy library classes via CSharp. So these two are what I'm going to implement first. As you can see, here's a scripting UI. Telefyy classes are quite simple. So they're literally just these classes that I'm building that when I deploy Telefyy, there will be an option to literally just download the C# files, and you can load the C# files into your Visual Studio, and you can access the classes such that I would have already written this kind of functionality, so you can authenticate your bot, you can register, you can use the registration feature. I may or may not implement these as interfaces somewhere down the line, because if I do, then I can sort of protect the code itself. Because then you don't really want to, like, I don't want a situation people modify the Telefyy code and then things happen like undefined behavior of my API, and I don't want to end up damaging someone's session essentially. So I might protect my code behind interfaces and stuff like that. Um, it might be quite fun. But for now, I'm just using like public classes, aren't I? Like public class Telefyy core, because public class is just like the easiest to implement under like an RAD, or like a rapid application development model. So the kind of classes I want to essentially, excuse me, the classes I want to build in today and maybe subsequent streams, depending how long it takes, for my agenda, this bot connect class. Now, essentially, bot connect just authenticates a bot to my UWP application, and I've already got that working. Actually, it's under this Telefyy core.cs. When I logged in earlier, just now on the stream, what happened is that I actually invoked this method to authenticate my bot connection, and as you can see, I'm calling this. This is from the Telegram API. I'm calling this function. I've got my overloads, and I provide a bot token, which I pasted into the form. The bot token is then passed through the Telegram bot client class, and this function authenticates my bot. So if I were to run Visual Studio debugging, I could actually expose my session. My Telegram's off screen right now. I could expose my session with my bot ID and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So I'm literally online on my Telegram API. As far as Telefyy API goes, so we just gone over botconnect.cs, which essentially is Telefyy core. As far as Telefyy API is concerned, the app, which is this UWP app. So again, I spoke about the classes, like having a set of classes and potentially libraries, I suppose, in order to implement Telefyy. But then I'm gonna also have a UWP app, which is gonna be like UWP. My UWP app is gonna be like a front-facing client for people to build online stores on top of Telefyy, on top of Telegram, without needing to know how to code per se. And so Telefyy app needs to function as a server. So I'm considering having like a server mode. So I can implement a server mode. So when my app is running, when you're connected to Telegram client, well, essentially your app needs to run. UWP needs to run as Telefyy app in order for your server to be online, right? So then, because running an app might be a little bit cumbersome, I might have a server mode which makes the UI quiet, like a quiet user interface, while Telefyy server is running in the background. Now, I think that's going to be quite fun to implement. Probably not for today's stream unless I get there, but there's some really like beefy features I have to start scripting and coding, such as the custom scripting. So I showed you guys just now the scripting window earlier, and I'm thinking of calling my custom script SSL for simple scripting language. And essentially, what it is that in order to build a Telefyy store, you just need like the philosophy I want is that one page is enough to build a Telefyy store. So what I mean is that I don't want to run my app just yet. I might as well while I describe what I'm trying to say. And let me just quickly grab my bot token. So as my app is loading, what I would like to do is just kind of create like a scripting space, like I showed you earlier, like this. And I could say something like, oh, okay, cool. So I want to implement a store. I want a customer journey. I want such and such a listing. And for a bare bones storefront, one page is enough. That's the kind of philosophy I'm aiming for, like a really lightweight implementation of like Telegram, Telefyy stores. Okay, so that's that. One page is one script. So I'm going to do it such that each page is one script, if that makes sense. And the way I want to structure my scripting language is that there are functions and objects. I'm really trying to simplify things. It's hard enough trying to make like a programming language, essentially. So I really have to just like simplify the process of building a script because it's not a simple endeavor at all. So let's see. Alright guys, do excuse me, I'm gonna put some music on. You won't hear it, it's on my headphones. I'm so scared of getting like struck with copyright, so I'm not gonna play the music out loud. But if it's playing, let me know in the comments so I can just fix it on my OBS session. I just want to lock in because this is gonna be a really chill stream, so I need the music to lock in. Alright guys, my password is just QWERTY. Do I have my bot token? Yeah, I think I do. Let's see if I can log in. Some coffee. So this is my page I was describing earlier, guys. How to talk over the music. One page, this is one page. One page is literally one script. One script is one page, basically. And I want to have a feature in order to like cycle through pages, and then I can store the scripts, and then I can kind of like implement the scripts. I can save them under like a name, maybe it's be a text box, and I can implement it onto the server. So I'm gonna do like a really simple script. I'm gonna start designing my script now, my scripting system. I'm going to try and make like a hello world program over Telegram. Isn't that interesting? So what's going to happen is that I'm going to implement a bot that just says hello world on one of my bot chats, just to kind of show how this should work. So without too much further ado, guys, let's get started. I'm going to restart my music. Found this Suzumu guy making AI music. I'm kind of into it right now, not gonna lie. Just checking my levels again. Sweet. Okay, sweet. So, as I was alluding to, guys, functions and objects. So functions should have parameters, and objects should have properties, and properties should convey values, right? And then just some further notes is that Telefyy documentation. I'm going to write a website for Telefyy for like documentation. I have a website for Telefyy actually, and I'll use that website. I have a domain for Telefyy, and I'll use that domain to store documentation. No need for me to show you guys right now. It just takes a little bit of time. And there are customer account types. There's customer, merchant, and product vendor accounts. I want to develop different account types. So if a user wants to buy software products or SaaSes, whatever people will sell on Telefyy, then there's customer account, merchant account, and these are all configurable on the app for now, right now. Merchant accounts are for people that want to sell over Telefyy, and product vendors are for people who want to supply products to merchants. So there's going to be some interesting economy going on here. So let me get straight to the top. Actually, I'm going to need some white space because I need to make notes. But before that, let me just refer to what's here first. Alright guys, I kept you guys waiting long enough. Just a quick bit of housekeeping before I get started. Guys, as I've mentioned numerous times, I am running a Learn C# Masterclass course. If any of you guys want to learn how to write practical .NET C# from the ground up, you know nothing about .NET, sign on, register your interest. It's free to register your interest. Um, the course is already piloting right now, so I'm taking on enrollments. And yeah, you can learn how to be a .NET C# developer. I have experience in the game. As you can tell, I'm literally coding an online store shopping API. On my channel, there's like over 100 videos on coding in .NET. You know, I've worked in the industry as an engineer. I've used a particular programming language. You can allude to what I'm trying to say here. Obviously, um, depending on NDAs, I have to be careful with information regarding companies that I've worked with before. But nonetheless, you know, I have industry experience writing software, and I want to share that experience with people. So my Learn C# Masterclass is online, ready to go. So register your interest. I'll try and leave a link in the description. I think I keep forgetting to do that. Register your interest, guys. Let me change this tab. I'm gonna need that as Google actually, so I'm gonna go back. Alright, go back to my AI search tab. Okay guys, let's get straight into this. So I want to implement Hello World, guys. I want to implement Hello World via my script. And I want my script to get a bot to tell me Hello World on Telegram. So it will look something like this. I might say something like, bot. This is just an example, guys. So I might say something like, my scripting language can be various styles. But for now, I'm going to kind of like use C# and XAML style, if that makes sense. So I can say something like bot dot message. This is just an example. I know I keep saying that. And message could be a function, so I could have like brackets. And I could be like, hello world, right? Simple things. And if I were to hit implement server, what I want my code to do is to use the supply bot token I used to then invoke my bot to say hello world, just like that, simple things. So let's try and get that started. Okay guys, I wanted to implement an interface for my simple scripting language, but I don't know if it's suitable, so I'm gonna just like revise interfaces so I can make sure I'm using interfaces correctly. Internal interface is kind of new, isn't it? Interface used to be only public, I think. Yeah, anyway, I was gonna say, I always found it strange, guys, that interfaces are public by definition. Because if I'm making a secure class type, I don't want my class to be public. So it's always been weird to me. So this internal interface protection level, I don't even know what it does. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna read this. Oh. Oh. I used the wrong convention. It should be a capital I, not a little I. Let me make another class. to do it correctly. Mm. Mm. Okay, I think I got the gist of this. Let me delete this one. I'll make this again. Can I no, I'm not even gonna rename it. Sometimes renaming files is weird, like C# files, because what tends to happen is that in your directory, like you gotta rename it explicitly in your Solution Explorer, and then you might have meta files. So I'm gonna just probably delete this file so I can rename it like properly. I don't like deleting files, man. It's so weird. Let's hope my Visual Studio Solution Explorer doesn't like lock up or anything. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna right click Telefyy, my project. This chest is moving around. Oh gosh. Oops. Add. I'm gonna add a new class. I'm gonna add an interface. And name my class ISSL. I simple. Oh gosh, you know, strange. Actually, no, it's fine. I can use uppercase on uppercase. I simple scripting language. .cs, so it's interface. I'm not even gonna put .cs, just say it. Okay, do I need to use colon inheritance here? So I inherit from my class, my respective class. Already forgotten. No, it's the other way around. Alright, public class car. That's my main class, my car class. Inherit from my interface. Type. I have a type there, car type. It's interesting. Because obviously it takes a type. Okay, that's cool. All equals, so I got this equals function, or is that a class? As a method, okay, that's fine. So I'm passing the type. Oh, that's fine. In this example, that is. Interface. Hmm. Okay. I'm just I'm considering if having an interface is the best. I'm gonna still try with interfaces, but I'm trying to create a scripting system. So do I use a collection? Yeah, a collection would be the best way to do this. I use a list to store my syntaxes, something like that. Guys, I hope that you can see my code without much issue. I'm streaming in 1080p at 30 frames per second, so do let me know if you need me to zoom in. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Okay, I'm gonna make another class to actually store my script. SSL syntax. Okay, so I'll do like bots, or different objects like my bot, my functions, push message. Mention myself. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry if there was a burst of sound just now. I apologize. That's my music. I just adjusted it on my stream software and I blasted it. I want to put the music up, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. But I don't want it to be loud. Again, guys, it's gonna be a real chill stream, man. Just doing my thing. I hope YouTube doesn't come after me for this. If it's too loud, guys, let me know, okay? Okay, just testing it out. Alright, sweet. So I have some syntax here, guys. I have bots, I have a dot operator, and I have a function. I have push message. So I'm going to implement these syntaxes. Let me see. Void. Let me quickly check my stream. Alright guys, let me implement some of my objects and my operation and my function. I'm going to do this quite manually. I alluded to this system I wanted to use of values for my syntax, such that Telefy's not evaluating semantics in terms of like my syntax, as much as each semantic syntax like bots and dot operator and push message is going to have a value behind it, and that value is what Telefyy is going to be evaluating. It will be like a numerical value. I'm kind of touching on like AI territory and non-linear like kind of approach to things. I don't know. Depends how deep I want to go. I would like to implement a kind of a non-linear computing approach, but I will definitely follow some standards for that. It's quite advanced. So for anyone who may be wondering, in order to in order to pass parameters for a function like push message, I have these brackets, but they're individually delimited, obviously because there's going to be data going into the brackets. So it's how I delimit my parameters for functions, right? Call my initialized SSL syntax on construction of my class, make things simple. Okay guys, next I want to weave in the logic. Now interfaces really deal with functions. as I read on the documentation, I revised what I learned earlier, with interface encoding. So I can't really put properties and field members in my interface. It's only implementation logic. So what does this mean? Basically, in my interface and my implementing class, I'm going to have the definitions of my functions like push bot message here, and then my implementation will be on this class. So we can start with this. I'm probably going to need to call my Telegram API using Telegram like this. Now I need logic to implement the actual pushing of messages, right? I'll do that first. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to work on the actual feature, and then I'm going to weave in the SSL logic to call the features, okay? So on my Telefyy core, I have my authentication logic. Can I make it smaller? I have authentication logic to connect to Telegram bot client, and I'm going to use this class to implement my messaging feature. So I have to kind of just like crash course learn this API again because it's been a minute, and I'm on version 22, the latest Telegram API that as of when I checked a couple days ago. So I'm gonna figure out this API. So I'm gonna go a little bit quiet as I cook on my app. Cook my app. Here's my coffee. On the comments or the live stream chat, guys, feel free to ask questions, leave comments, suggestions, criticisms, whatever. I'll be checking every now and then. Static? Yeah, it is. So I can use this in public scope quite safely on my Telegram bot client. Telegram bot types, chat ID. Oh, let's go. We'll need the Telegram bot chat ID. Because Telegram bot. I got that wrong actually. Let me see how this works. Do I pass my Telegram bot client here? No. Oh, this is different. This is different to version 19 of Telegram chat, Telegram bot API. So do I just create this number? Oh, that's interesting. Let me give it a try. Let's do it like that. Not like that. Parse mode. So parse mode. Plain text. Yep, it would be plain text. Apply parameters. a namespace. Okay. So confused. It's so odd, man. I feel like I have to just pass the namespace straight up. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Got it wrong. It's a class. I was considering, I was like, how am I going to pass a namespace as a parameter? I was getting so confused. I didn't see there was a class there. I need to make some of these members here nullable. Oh gosh, I'm lost. Where am I? I don't know if I can initialize iNumerals. Yeah, I thought not. Seems I'm gonna need this ID. I'll make up a number. Messages topic ID. Guys, when you what I'm doing right now, populating my parameters is like the most boring part of using Telegram API. Just so many overloads to send a message. It's okay, but I have to get through this. Oh, it's just a link. Wow, Vegas already finished. Oh, it's just that. So many overloads. I'm nearly at the end now, guys. What's next? What's the last parameter? Cancellation token. I have one. Not sure. That's my parameters. Got 9 warnings. I'm going to update my UI so I can push messages. I'm just testing the message feature first before I actually implement my logic properly. Alright, guys, this is my implement button, implement server button. I'm going to use this button to push my bot messages as a test. I got confused just now. Send bot message. That's probably called send bot message. Oh my gosh, guys, I think I'm doing. Oh yeah. Okay, I think I'm ready to test this out. So when I click my button, I'm sending a message. I'll put a breakpoint just in case. But actually, you know what's better? I'm going to put try catch just because I get an exception. Sometimes I get unhandled exceptions here. Alright guys, so I'm just firing up UWP. Wow, this stream's gone on for over an hour. So hopefully I'm gonna prepare my Telegram off screen. I'm gonna try and get my bot to talk to me via my Telefyy app. I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Let me test it out now. I got my bot chat. UWP takes a minute. I'll make some tea in a second. Pause the stream a bit. Just gonna grab my bot token off screen. I think I already got my bot token on my clipboard, I'm not sure. Where's my bot gone? What the heck? Is my bot just... Oh, wait. Oh, okay, now it's good. Can't find my bot. I'm just searching for my bot. It's my Telegram session. Typically, what I find with Telegram API is that I need to send a message to my bot to initialize like bot chat flow. So I'll probably do that now. I don't even know if it's necessary. I think it is. I'll probably have to implement my server before I actually send a message. The UWP is taking a while because I'm running my UWP app with debugging, so loading takes a little longer than typically without debugging symbols. I'm gonna put my username. I'm gonna try with like wrong credentials to see if I can still log in or not. I shouldn't be able to log in with wrong credentials. Password, my bot tokens on my clipboard. I'm gonna log in. Here you go, I've logged in. So once I hit implement server, I should hopefully get a hello world message. I'm gonna just double check by writing hire bot again. And I don't know, this is first try, so hopefully I get a message. Let's see, let me just move that down a bit. Okay, well I didn't get an error. The main thing is I didn't get an error. Let me check that. Send bot message. Let's see what's going on. I'm guessing I'm getting a handled exception. That's why it seems like nothing happens when I click my button. My exception's been handled. Oh, that was weird. I didn't get error. I didn't get exception. Huh. So where's my message? Huh. Is it because of my chat ID? It's just arbitrary. I actually thought chat ID is ascertained from like an update class, but maybe I think I need. I know I'm doing wrong. I think I know I'm doing wrong here, guys. It's the chat ID. I made up the chat ID, but I think chat ID actually I should ascertain from my bot session. That's how version 19 worked. I had to get the chat ID from the update class, I think. Um, let me see. Chat ID. All right. Let me take off debugging while I try and fix my code. Oh gosh. Chat ID. Oh man. Okay, I thought my Visual Studio exploded. Where's that update class? Update class is gone. There's no classes here. Okay. found it. I already have it. Oh yeah, of course. I don't think I'm supposed to give my chat ID value. I think I get my chat ID from the session. I might be wrong. Why don't I pass my username and see what happens? That's my Telegram username. I'm gonna run this program, see what happens. I'm just waiting for UWP to load right now. Hopefully I get my message. Let me get my bot up. Bot session. Guys, let me try and put a wrong credential. So I'm gonna write like Williams underscore TJ, like that, and I just write a random password. See if I can still log in even my bot token. I don't think. Hopefully it doesn't work. It's still logged in, man. That doesn't make sense. I'll fix that. Like a bug list. Careful. Maybe it's because I supplied a bot token. Nonetheless, I should really be careful. Implement my server. Check my chat ID. Oh, here's my tag. See what happens. Okay, parsed. Still didn't get a message. I'm not getting my message coming through. I'm gonna use my output window to debug. I'm gonna try and put some debugging text to help me debug my program while my message is not sending. I have to make sure my chat ID is correct. willstj, let me check it. Okay. I'm not convinced my chat ID is correct. What's this? Update ID. That's it. I got chat ID. See if I got this right. getting so confused. I can't see the overloads. Extension. Okay, if I get like a unique chat ID, then I might be on the right. I might, if I get a, sorry guys, if I get a unique chat ID, I might be on the right track to sending myself messages. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap up the stream soon. I just want to see if this works, if I can grab my chat ID, and if I can, hopefully I get a message sent to my bot, or from my bot to me. If I don't get this working, I'm gonna close the stream anyway for now. It's just gone over an hour and a half. Goodness me. For my app to load, let me get my bot token. Guys, I'll probably stream again today, UK time, later, probably around lunchtime or maybe the morning. I think I'll do another stream, probably Telefyy, or I'll do something different. But if I don't do a different stream to Telefyy, I'll just continue with this project later on today. Let's wait for UWP to load. Alright. I have to fix this login feature. Alright, so hopefully my chat ID, what is it? Have I got a unique chat ID? It's actually no. Get chat. Strange. sure my user tag is correct. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up the stream. I didn't get the message sent. I'm obviously missing something. It's this. I'm pretty sure it's the chat ID. Message to send. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. So we're one step closer for this project, but I'll try and see if I can work off stream, and then I shall get back to you. I know I've done this before with like earlier API versions. I'm just trying to see if there's a very simple way to send messages. As in version 19, yeah, I'm gonna try and work on this off stream a little bit. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I shall be back hopefully later today, UK time, around lunchtime or so. Maybe in the morning, depends how I feel. And for now, have a great day, guys. See you later. Bye bye. Where am I?